Stay, buddy. Stay. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today I am getting ready for the next road trip. We've got several tournaments coming up. I'm going to be on the road for about a month. We've got the next BPT event, or rather, we do have the next BPT event, stage 2, but the first event is the MLF Pro Circuit event on Lake Murray in South Carolina. And then after that, since I did well at Lake Okeechobee and qualified for stage 2 of the BPT, I'm going to be going down to Lake Travis down in Austin, Texas, fishing that event. And then after that, we got Lake Eufaula. And then finally, I get to come home and fish a Toyota series on Lake Chickamauga. So we've got a lot of travel ahead of us. And, that's why I wanted to do this video, is because, I've done everything. I've slept in the back of my truck. I've camped in tents. I've done Airbnbs. I've done VRBOs, hotels. I've done just about everything. I've slept on couches at friends' houses at these different locations. And man, it's always been a struggle, to say the least, going on some of these back to back event schedules, where I'm on the road for a month or more. And so in the last couple years, I finally have been able to upgrade my system, my travel system, to include an RV. And I'm going to get into that pretty soon. I'm going to show you my rig, and I'm going to tell you exactly why I love it. And I think it's the only way to travel for, these national circuits and for these long extended periods of time. But first off, here's the Nitro Z21. We're almost ready with this baby right here. We've still got a lot of organizing to do. We got to put the Lastec baits in the container up there, but you should have seen it a couple days ago. This was an absolute wreck. Everything everywhere, just trying to reorganize everything. My process is I kind of take everything out of of the boat, all the storage containers, throw them onto the ground in the garage, and then put it all back together, just so I know that I've got it custom, a custom organization system for the next event, and I know exactly what's in it. So the Z21's been a little bit of a chore to get this all done. And then we also did a oil change on the 250, the Mercury Pro XS V8. Super easy on that. So if you want to do your own oil change, I actually have done a video on oil change and the gear case fluid that you can check out, of course, on my channel. So, which is a great opportunity to also say, if you like my channel, make sure you subscribe. I would really appreciate that. But the Z21 is pretty much ready to go. Everything's dialed in, and we just gotta clean it up a little bit. But let's get out and look at the rig that I've got. So this right here is what I consider, and for years I've wanted one. I never thought that I'd be able to afford one. But we finally got one. This right here is a truck camper on top of my Ram 3500 dually. It's got a diesel engine. It's got the Cummins diesel in it. And the reason why I've always dreamt of having a truck camper is because you have so much versatility with it. You can have it on the back of the truck while you're traveling. You can tow your boat with it, which I'm going to show you how I tow my boat with it. And then when you get to your location, you don't have to have this big bulky beast of a rig on the back of your truck every single time you launch. If you want to, you can, but you don't have to. And so you can take off this truck camper by way of these really easy electric jacks. Got a little remote that does everything on all 4 corners. I can take it off of the truck, lower it down, and I'm ready to go at each campground, each location. So, and like I said, great thing about truck campers is the versatility, and so you can tow with a truck camper. And this particular truck camper, because it sits so far back from the back of the truck, we've got to use an extension hitch, which I'll show you right here. Now, traditionally, this will slide in. I just have this out because I'm loading the truck camper right now, but this will be slid in, so you'll have direct access to the extension hitch. But you can see that right there, 2-inch ball, and that's about a 4-foot extension hitch that goes to the back of the truck. So that's the way that I'm able to tow my Z21 with this rig, and it works very, very well. Of course, you know, it's a little bit more work intensive as far as putting the extension hitch on and off, but you know, it's well worth it by the end of the whole process. So let's go inside the truck camper. Well, actually, before we do that, I want to show you the reason why I got the 975. This is a Lance 975. I got it in 2019, and I bought it used because this is a 2017. And I was looking at all the different truck camper models for a long time, but this one kept on calling my name for 2 reasons. Number one, it's got the slide, so I got the super slide on it, and then it's also got this right here. Storage is always a big consideration when you're doing these big long road trips and you need to carry everything with you. And this right here is pretty awesome. The Lance locker on the back of these comes with pegboard, and as you can see, I can load it up with all kinds of Elastec baits, all my Z-Man stuff. I call it the Z-Man wall. Man, it's like having a bait store on the back of your house. You know, we got some, you know, Navionics cards for all the different regions we're going to, but that was a huge consideration for me. And also the fact that the 975, and I've done a bunch of videos on this, but the 975 is also really versatile. It's a little bit lighter than some of the other big ones that Lance makes or other brands make. So it gives me a lot of room for being able to load this vehicle up with extra gear. You know, if I went to the larger camper models like the 1172, I might have to get a bigger truck. But I would probably still overload the truck as far as the payload capacity, official payload capacity. So that's why I love the 975. I think it's rated at around 3,800 pounds dry weight. It carries 45 gallons of fresh water and has really good capacities on everything else. So let's walk inside and I'll show you what it looks like inside the camper. All right, so here we go. First thing you'll notice is that I'm not done packing yet. I got to get the bed all made and all that stuff. But we've got the dinette. I kind of use it for storage underneath, you know, while we're traveling. Sometimes I put stuff on the bed. Just excuse this right here. I just replaced the converter for a converter that's optimized for lithium batteries, because this camper runs off of Battle-Born lithium. So just changed that out, which is pretty nice, because the last one was buzzing pretty good and it was pretty annoying when it was on. But overall, you can see plenty of space. We got a big, you know, dinette. This can fold down into a bed. Got a full-size refrigerator. Not much in it. Living like a college student. But pretty nice size freezer. The bed is super nice, queen, full queen. Got a big storage container there for, you know, clothes hangers, stuff like that. More clothes in here, that sort of thing. But the thing that I love about this camper is the size of the bathroom. The bathroom's got a legit dry bath. So you got the shower separated from the toilet area. Awesome counter space. My wife, shout out to Katie, she was the one that demanded, not requested, demanded we get a dry bathroom, and I think she was right. Really happy with that. Got the TV swivels out all over the place. Got the 6th place trophy. Got the hardware, and we've also got the kitchen here. Nice workable kitchen space. Got an oven, stovetop, you know, microwave, everything you need. You can bring a pressure cooker, and of course the coffee maker. The coffee maker gets more use than just about anything in here. But let's sit down and let's talk about the reason why I love this. I've done this on the road a lot. You know, I've slept in the back of my truck. I've stayed with friends on their couches and all that good stuff. Stayed in hotels, and so I've done all of those things that tournament anglers do. And by far, this is the best way to go. One thing that I really want to point out is that yeah, if you do the dollars and cents, you know, equation, you're probably going to end up paying more at the end of the year. And when I say probably, you are going to pay more at the end of the year between, you know, purchasing the truck camper, having to upgrade to a different truck. Maybe your truck before was getting better gas mileage, so on and so forth. But the other thing that I would factor into the whole decision whether or not this is right for you is the fact that, you know, a lot of times I'm traveling to places that are, you know, 16, 17, even up to 20 hours away from my home. And so those trips are 2-day trips. And with the truck camper, I don't need to get a hotel room in between. I can stop at any truck stop. I've got a generator that's built in to the propane system. It's a propane generator that I can run. I can run the AC. I can run the microwave. And if it's cold outside, I don't even need to turn on the generator to run the furnace, because the lithium batteries do a phenomenal job with that. So not only do I get to stay at these campsites, I have a consistent place to live in, but also I can stay in it in between those stops. And so, and you know, another thing is, you know, if you ever have any problems on the road, you break down, you have trailer problems, whatever it may be, you've still got your house with you. So I've been stranded on the side of the road for upwards of 6 to 8 hours in the past, because of a variety of different truck or trailer issues. But anyways, you know, it's really nice to have your home with you, even if something unexpected happens. And then you have to kind of pivot and adjust to it. But with having the truck camper, you know, I can pull off the side of the road, put the slide out. If I need to, I can turn on the generator, whatever, you know, and it's just a great security blanket, really, is what it is. And another thing that I'll point out is that going to these campgrounds, you know, a lot of people are worried about theft at hotels, and worried about parking situations at hotels and Airbnbs and things like that. I don't really have any issues at all anywhere that I go. Any of these campgrounds, I can always find a safe place to park and to work on my gear. And it's just a lot more quiet. It's a lot more, it's a lot more like a nice camping trip than just the hustle and bustle of going to a hotel. So I'll say that your life on the road is improved in that manner too. It's not just the consistency, it's the fact that, you know, you've got a safer place to stay, it seems, wherever I go. Another cool thing is I can put the awning out on the side and have the boat underneath it. So if it's raining or it's really hot and I need some shade, I can do that. But also, no bed bugs. Okay, I may be the only one that's worried about this on the road, but I've had 3 experiences with bed bugs. And one time I got bit so bad, I had like 300 plus bites on me from this dirty hotel. I hate to even admit it, but once you get hit by bed bugs once, let alone 3 times, you really get wary of staying in hotels. You know, and if I do have to stay in a hotel nowadays, I do a bed bug search like you would not believe. I check those hotel rooms because I've stayed in a lot of hotel rooms, and I've found some before I brought my luggage in, where, you know, I found the bed bugs and had to leave. But man, that's one thing that I do not have to worry about with the truck camper, because I always have control over, you know, the living space that I have here, as opposed to the hotels. And man, I'm telling you, if you have not had a run-in with bed bugs, that's something you got to look up. If you're staying in a lot of hotels, do a bed bug check. Learn how to do a bed bug check, because they are no joke, and you can take them with you in your luggage back to your house, and then they're almost impossible to get rid of. So yet another reason I love staying in the truck camper, man. That control over not getting bed bugs is pretty important on the road. Anyways, if anybody is kind of on the fence about doing this sort of setup, you know, traveling with a truck camper, let me tell you, you should think long and hard about doing this, because I think that a lot of people just get bogged down in the overall cost and don't really factor in some of the additional benefits of running a truck camper. And in the end, you know, I can still put this camper on the back of the truck and go on long trips with my wife. You know, we've gone to California cross country several times now, up to the Northeast. And things like that, and we save a lot on hotel stays, because you know we just stay at truck stops. We stay at Flying J's, Pilots. Buc-ee's doesn't allow you to stay there. Walmart parking lots are good. Any of those, but if you factor in those savings, you're probably about the same amount by the end of the year. But yeah, I am going to admit it is very expensive. It seems like in the RV world, the smaller you get, the more compact an RV gets, the more expensive it gets. And that's no different than with this Lance camper. It's expensive, but man, has it improved my lifestyle, made me a better angler, because I'm better rested. I'm not thinking about other variables such as theft, or, you know, worried about the location I'm staying at. Any of that stuff. I've always got that consistency, and it's improved my game greatly, in my opinion. So anyways, guys, I just wanted to give you a tour of that because I'm getting ready to you know, take off on the road. Of course, you know, I'm still doing about a video a day. So if you guys have any topics you want me to cover, make sure you drop that comment below, and make sure you like, share, subscribe my channel. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. I'm going to see you guys on the road. Stop number 1 is coming right up at Lake Murray. So let's hit it.